Hey family, what's up? Um, I just wanted to make this video pretty much just to kind of come on here and vent. Um, I had made a video about what it's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago maybe, and I believe it was titled Plus Size Divas and Online Dating. Okay, and first of all, I just want to thank all of the beautiful ladies and gentlemen who commented on that video. You guys gave me some awesome advice, and I really took something from every single comment that you guys made. And with that being said, I have, started to go out on a few dates and just kind of see where things go, because before I was kind of shy. I did go on dates before, but not like, now I'm actually trying to get out and meet people and so on and so forth. But where do I start? Okay, probably about 2 weeks ago, I started talking to this guy that I had met off of Plenty of Fish. You guys know I told you that before, that I had a profile on Plenty of Fish and that I had met some gentlemen off there before. Well, I was talking to this guy, and I've been talking to him now for about 2 weeks. And so yesterday, he sent me a message and he was like, do you want to meet up? So I was like, sure. And mind you, the 2 weeks that we've been talking, he has my phone number. So we exchanged numbers. We've been talking for 2 weeks on and off the phone, text messages, so on and so forth. He seemed like a really cool guy. He seemed really nice. His pictures and his profile and stuff like that on Plenty of Fish was really nice. Like, that's one thing. He sent me a message, first of all. I don't ever send messages to anybody on Plenty of Fish. Like, I just don't. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm scared of rejection. I don't know. But I just don't send messages. I respond to them, but I do not send messages to anybody. So he sent me a message and I responded. And of course, before I respond, I always look at their profile to see, what they look like. Because regardless of what people may say, physical attraction is important. And if you say that it's not, then you're a daggone lie, okay? Because it just is. I don't care what y'all say. It's important. It's important to me, okay? Just like when somebody sees me, they might think I'm ugly. And then that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not, what I look like might not be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But somebody out there is going to think I'm attractive. Somebody's going to think I'm pretty. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I looked at his profile. I was like, okay, he looked good. And I look at everything on Plenty of Fish. If anybody out here is familiar with Plenty of Fish, they have their little categories that you fill out. Like, they ask your profession. They ask, if you have kids, if you want kids. They ask, what else? They, you have your age on there, and then you write a description about yourself and so on and so forth. So it's really detailed, for the people who do take time to fill it out. It's very detailed. And those are just certain things that I'll look at. First of all, the number one thing I look at is the age, because like I said, I do have a preference. I don't want to date anybody over a certain age, and I don't want to date anybody under a certain age. That's just my preference. And I also look at if they have kids, and then I look at if they want kids. That's important to me because I don't have any kids. I'm single, never been married, and I want kids someday. I'm 32 years old, and I feel like I'm 40 something. I don't know why. I just feel old. And maybe it's just because I've been single for so long. But either way, those are the certain things I look for. I look at the pictures. I look at the age. I look at where they're from, because initially, of course, I want somebody who's local. I don't want somebody who lives in a totally different state unless it's like really close. So those are just the things I look at. So like I said, I seen his pictures and I was like, okay, this is a nice looking brother. You know what I'm saying? He got some potential. He had his profession said medical. So I'm like, he don't look like a doctor or whatever, but medical field, at least I'm thinking, okay, he has a decent job. He said he had no kids, and so then I read his profile, and he was just seemed like, pretty much the same blase. Most people say, like, I'm down to earth, you know, da-da-da-da. I love sports. I love, you know, just relaxing, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So like I said, after like 2 or 3 days of messaging each other back and forth on Plenty of Fish, we exchanged numbers. We talked on the phone. He seemed really nice. And like I said, yesterday, he called me and was like, hey, you know, are you doing anything tomorrow, which is today, Saturday? And he said, you know, maybe we can meet up. And I was like, you know what? Sure. You know, I might as well. I'm not getting any younger. I'm not, you know, I don't seem to be finding any luck anyplace else. So why not? Plus, I really liked him. He was attractive to me. You guys, something told me, I promise you, like, sometimes I get these feelings. It's like a, I don't know if it's like a gut feeling or whatever, something that tells me, like, don't do it. I got that gut feeling today. Something told me, like, you know, maybe you shouldn't meet up with him. Maybe you should just call him and tell him, you know, you got stuck doing something, you know, whatever. But I didn't. So we ended up meeting at Steak and Shake. It was a little bit later this evening. I actually just got home. It's 11:30 something right now. What time is it? It's 11:42. I got home at like 11:15, maybe, something like that, just a little bit ago. We decided to meet up at Steak and Shake at around 10. Okay, and I live right across the street from Steak and Shake, so it was cool. And I told him, I said, well, call me when you get there because I don't live far from it, so I could be there in a few minutes. And he was like, okay. So he calls me once he gets there, and there wasn't a lot of cars in the parking lot, so I was like all scheming and looking around and stuff. And I seen a few people, well, I seen not a few people, I seen a person sitting in their car, and then I seen people inside. So I went ahead and parked, excuse me, and I walked inside, and I seen, like, I think there was like 3 couples. Was it 3 couples? No, I seen like maybe 2 couples inside, and then I seen an older gentleman sitting there by himself. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go sit by the window, because the older gentleman looked like he was about 60 years old, and I was like, if that's him, then he lied to me. So I'm sitting there, and next thing I know, I see the door open, and I see this guy walk in. And so I looked up, and then I immediately looked back down, because I was like, I know that's not him, because the guy that I talked to looked like he was around, well, he looked like he was 30-some years old. This guy, y'all, this was such a bad date. It really was. So this guy comes over and walks up to me, and I'm sitting there, I'm still looking down, because I'm thinking to myself, that's not him, because it looks nothing like him. So I'm sitting there with my head down, because I was on my phone, playing on my phone or whatever, and he was like, Natalie, that's my name for y'all that don't know. He was like, Natalie, and I look up, and I don't know what kind of look I gave him, but it was probably like a disgusted look, because I was just like, like, this is not really happening. And I was like, yes, you know, and he was like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm like, hi. Like, that's how I said it. I was like, hi. So anyway, he sit down, and I just remember thinking, like, you gotta be kidding me. And so anyway, we sit there. He's like, well, he's like, you want to go get a shake? And I was like, you know, sure. So we go up, order our shakes, and go sit back down. You guys, we sit there, and I did not talk to him for the first like 10 minutes. We sit there, I was just drinking my shake, playing on my phone. And so he's like all questioning me, like, so how's your day been? Did you have a good day? And you look really pretty. You look even prettier in person than you did on your profile. And you know, I'm just kind of like still looking at my phone. I'm like, thanks. You know, like, I was really brushing him off, like being really short with him, because I was so upset that he lied to me. Okay, and let me start off by telling you exactly what it is that he lied to me out. First of all, the pictures on his profile, I don't know where he got these pictures from. I don't know who these pictures were, you know, who was in them. I don't know if these could have been pictures when he was like 20 years old or something like that. But the pictures were either not up to date or were not his, because the guy I seen in the pictures was a light-skinned, good-looking guy. He had facial hair, it was all trimmed up, looking good, whatever. I wish I could show you guys. I wish I had a picture. I wish I could have took a picture of him tonight and showed y'all and compared them, because they looked nothing alike. Second of all, he looked like he was probably 40, in his late 40s, early 50s. On his freaking profile, it said he was 32. So when we're sitting there talking, and the funny thing about it is, because I caught him in a lie, and I forget what it was that we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about what he does, and he wouldn't tell me exactly what he did. He said, he just kept saying, I'm in the medical field, you know. He's like, yeah, I've been in the medical field for about 14 years now. And I was like, oh, I was like 14 years, and I was like, so I was like, what, like right out of high school you got the job there or something? And he was like, no. He's like, you know, I've been there since I was like 28, and I was like, he said, I've been there since I was about 28. So I'm sitting here real quick in my head, you know, I'm not the best at math, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I think he said 28. Yeah, it was like 28, because yeah, it was like 28, something like that, because he said he had been in his job for like 14, 15 years. And I thought to myself, okay, your profile, you said you've been on your job since you was 28, but yet on your profile it says you 32. So I'm sitting here like counting, like in my head, like, okay, 28 and 32, that don't match up. But when you calculate it, if he was 20, excuse me, if he was 28 and he had been on his job for 14 years, that's like, what, 41, 42 years old, something like that. So I'm sitting there like, so I was like, how old did you say you were again? And he just stops and looks at me, and he was like, oh, I'm 41. 41, did he say 41? 41 or 42. I know I was in his 40s. And I was like, really? I said, because your profile says that you're 32. You want to know what his excuse was? Oh, well, the system doesn't update your age, you know, every year, whatever. And I'm like, really? Y'all, at this point, I was pissed. And I got smart with them, right? Because when I get pissed about something, I have a smart mouth. I have a real smart mouth. Like, y'all might be thinking, oh, she is a little sweet little angel and stuff. I might appear to be on here, but that's just out of respect for my subscribers. That's why I try not to curse and stuff like that. But y'all, I was about to get in that ass for real. Like, he said, oh, well, you know, they don't update the age in your profile every year. And I said, oh, well, they must have not updated your pictures either, because they look like they was taken about 5-10 years ago, you know. And he was like, oh, he's like, well, some of those pictures were when I was a little bit younger, but there's a few of them on there that's current. I said, well, first of all, you only had like 4 pictures on there, so which ones were current? Because I don't see none of them pictures in your profile that look like what you look like now. And y'all, I was so upset. I had my phone, right, and I have an iPhone, so I pulled up the website on my phone, right, and I said, is this the same person? I said, is this the same? I said, is this a different profile or whatever? Because I said, this looks nothing like you. And he was just like, oh yeah, those were, he's like, no, I had some more pictures on there. He's like, they must not have accepted them, or they must not have uploaded. And I'm thinking this whole time, y'all, like, man, this dude is full of shit. Like, he really played me. You know, he played me and he lied to me. He lied to me about his age. He lied to me about his pictures. And it's just like, it was a bust from the get-go. And I was just like, you know, I was so disappointed that I was just ready to go home. And he all sitting here like, you want to go to a movie? He's like, it'd be a great night to a movie. And I just I looked at him point blank and was like, no. And that's the kind of attitude I gave him too, because I was just so sick and like, that's some kiddie shit, you know what I mean? That's some shit that I probably would have pulled when I was like 19 or 20, you know, trying to think I'm all cute, like trying to get a man. I might have did that. I might have lied about my weight a few times when I was younger, but I'm too old for that shit now, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I was so upset, and it wouldn't have been bad if, I think I was more upset about the whole age thing than what he looked like, because that's just important to me. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. That's just a preference of mine, is the whole age thing. But to lie about your age and to put either some fake pictures up or to put some pictures of you up from 20 years ago, That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool at all. And the fact of the matter is that I liked him. You know what I mean? He was a really nice guy. And I know probably that shouldn't affect how, you know, I see him, you know, but like I said, physical attraction to me is important. And when I first seen him, when he first walked in, the reason why I looked down and kind of looked away is because I was like, you know, I'm not interested in that person. I don't know, you guys, but I was so upset, y'all. I was so freaking upset. I ended up leaving, and then I thought, like, because the whole time he's like, oh, because I kind of stopped talking to him after that, after, you know, after he knew I had busted him out about his age and about the pictures. He knew it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? He knew, but he still sit there and was like questioning me about stuff and asked me, you know, do I want kids and all this stuff. And I was just kind of through with the whole conversation. Like, I didn't even want to talk to him anymore. And the only reason I stayed there was I was trying to be nice. But when it came down to it, I was just kind of getting tired of it, because I was like, I don't want him also to think that this was going to go any further, because it's not, because I'm just not interested in him like that. So finally I was just like, you know what, it's getting late, because we had sit there for probably about an hour, a good hour, and talked and stuff, and I was just like, I'm done. It's definitely time for me to go home. So then I had to make sure he wasn't following me, so I drove all the way up, down, past the mall and everything else, and because he drove the same way as me, and I'm thinking, okay, I hope he's not trying to follow me. So finally I turned off on another street, and he kept going, and then I made like a U-turn and turned back around. But you know what I've come to realization is that, you know, some of y'all ladies was right. It's not me that's the problem. Yes, I have insecurities about my weight. I'm a shy person, but one thing I'm not is a liar, okay? I don't lie about my weight. I don't lie about what I look like. I keep it 100, and that's what I expect out of other people, especially grown-ass men, okay? And it's just like, yeah, it's not me. It's not my insecurities, because I don't come out and just tell every dude that I meet, like, oh yeah, I'm really insecure about my weight. I just want somebody to love me and like me for me. No, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even know that I'm insecure, because I don't put it out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But yeah, the problem is not me. It's definitely not me. It's these trifling ass men here in Ohio. I don't know what it is, what's in the water, or what they drinking or smoking on, but they're all liars. It seems like they're liars. They don't have no jobs. All they do is smoke weed and drink, and they don't have no jobs. Like, I don't know what is wrong. Like, ooh, I don't know. And you know what? Oh, girl, off my last video, she invited me to go to a speed dating event with her, and I should have went, because maybe I would have had better luck there than on POF. But if anybody else lives in Ohio and you know a good place to meet men, y'all need to let me know, because right now I'm almost through with the whole internet thing, and I don't want to really go to bars or clubs. But at the same time, I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I'd have better luck, because at least if I go to a club, the guy sees me plain view. They see what I look like from head to toe. I don't have to try to describe myself to anybody, you know, and what I look like. It's just they see me, you know, because I'm through with the internet dating, because I'm so I'm so done with the lies. I'm so done with everything. But anyways, you guys, that was my little rant that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm sorry, but it was something else, you guys. It really was. So anyways, yeah, that was it. It's almost 12 now, so I have to get up and go to church in the morning. Lord knows I need it, because after this night, I'm gonna have to pray. For real, I'm gonna have to pray hard, okay? So anyways, you guys have a blessed evening. I will talk to you guys again later, and maybe I'll do an updated video like every week. If I go on a date every week, I'm gonna start like doing dating diaries or something. I don't know. I wish I could take my phone and record the guy Like, and so y'all could see how these men be acting, because they are so phony. Anyway, you guys, good night. Talk to you later.